a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Mass shootings in the United States. The United States has had more mass shootings than any other country. Between 1966 and 2012, 292 public mass shootings occurred across the world. 90 of these, or 31% of the total, took place in the United States. A mass shooting is commonly defined as a shooting resulting in at least 4 victims, excluding the perpetrator. When the definition is restricted to 4 or more people killed, data shows 146 mass shootings between 1967 and 2017, with an average of 8 people dead including the perpetrator. The perpetrator generally either commits suicide, is killed, or is restrained by law enforcement officers or civilians. Definition: there is no fixed definition of a mass shootings in the United States. The Investigative Assistance for Violent Crimes Act of 2012, signed into law by Congress in January 2013, defines a mass killing as one resulting in at least 3 victims, excluding the perpetrator. In 2015, the Congressional Research Service defined a mass shooting as a multiple homicide incident in which 4 or more victims are murdered with firearms within one event, and in one or more locations in close proximity. A broader definition, as used by the Gun Violence Archive, is that of 4 or more shot or killed, not including the shooter. This definition, of 4 people shot regardless of whether or not that results in injury or death, is often used by the press and non-profit organizations. Frequency. Studies indicate that the rate at which public mass shootings occur has tripled since 2011. Between 1982 and 2011, a mass shooting occurred roughly once every 200 days. However, between 2011 and 2014 that rate has accelerated greatly, with at least one mass shooting occurring every 64 days in the United States. The frequency in which mass shootings occur depends upon how one chooses to define mass shooting. In recent years, the number of public mass shootings has increased substantially. Although there has been an approximately 50% decrease in firearm homicides in the nation overall since 1993, the decrease in firearm homicides has been attributed to better policing, a better economy and environmental factors such as the removal of lead from gasoline. However, this does not account for an increase in firearm injuries or suicides, nor explain the increase in mass shootings. Differing sources. A comprehensive report by USA Today tracked all mass killings from 2006 through 2017 in which the perpetrator willfully killed 4 or more people. For mass killings by firearm, for instance, it found 271 incidents with a total of 1,358 victims. This equates to a mass shooting approximately every 16 days, roughly 22.5 per year, with a mean of 5.01 victims per incident. Mother Jones listed 7 mass shootings, defined as indiscriminate rampages in public places resulting in 4 or more victims killed, in the U.S. for 2015. The average for the period 2011-2015 was about 5 a year. An analysis by Michael Bloomberg's Gun Violence Prevention Group, Everytown, for gun safety, identified 110 mass shootings, defined as shootings in which at least 4 people were murdered with a firearm, between January 2009 and July 2014. At least 57% were related to domestic or family violence. This would imply that not more than 43% of 110 shootings in 5.5 years were non-domestic, though not necessarily public or indiscriminate. This equates to 8.6 per year, broadly in line with the other figures. Other media outlets have reported that hundreds of mass shootings take place in the United States in a single calendar year, citing a crowd-funded website known as Shooting Tracker, which defines a mass shooting as having 4 or more people injured or killed. In December 2015, The Washington Post reported that there had been 355 mass shootings in the United States so far that year. In August 2015, The Washington Post reported that the United States was averaging 1 mass shooting per day. An earlier report had indicated that in 2015 alone, there had been 294 mass shootings that killed or injured 1,464 people. Shooting Tracker and Mass Shooting Tracker. The two sites that the media have been citing have been criticized for using a broader criteria, counting for victims injured as a mass shooting, thus producing much higher figures. Contributing factors. There could be several possible factors that work together to create a fertile environment for mass murder in the United States. Most commonly suggested include weapons used. Several types of weapons have been used in mass shootings in the United States, including semi-automatic rifles, handguns, and shotguns. In contrast to the rest of the world, where the perpetrator usually only has one gun, more than half of U.S. mass shootings are committed with multiple weapons. Brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. Would you like to know more?